And we're back once again! Welcome back to the insane ramblings that is the Dead Red Herring podcast with me, Magnus, and...
Roland.
Wow, the enthusiasm.
Yeah, I know.
Curb your enthusiasm, will you?
Well, I let you do the intro because you have this perfect radio voice.
And a perfect face for radio also.
Yeah. Ugly as, well.
Ugly as sin.
With a face that only a mother could love.
Well, she did. My mother always loved me.
That way she tells you, at least.
Moving on.
No, but it's okay.
He's okay. He's okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, welcome back, people.
Once again.
Yeah, so.
Just can't get rid of us.
No, we're like a bad rash.
Or I was gonna say STD, but...
Yeah, I wanted to say that too, but, well... You know, trying to keep it civil, child friendly, and stuff like that, I guess.
Oh, you're funny.
Civil and child friendly.
Nah. Right.
So,
Yeah.
do we have any topics?
Oh, we do. But first of all, let's have a little bit of a shout out from this Sunday.
Yeah, we did a live stream with our Cat's Gay and the Feral J Cat. That was awesome. That was fun.
Yep. Should
and
really
like
do it again.
Said, we did do it again. Yeah, it was really fun.
Mm.
Well, I think we can officially say it was a whole lot of shit posting in speech.
Yeah. Literal. In a sense.
Yeah.
So,
So if you want to hear us just talking a lot of smack and really making a fool out of ourselves, go over to our Cat's Gays YouTube channel and look for the stream.
Here.
I think we'll put a link.
Yeah, we will.
On our YouTube.
We will link in the description. So,
yeah,
gonna be easy to find.
Exactly.
But
the
the topic for today.
Dun, 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 dun.
Here are the headlines for tonight.
We should actually have some sort of sound for that.
Yeah, like newsreel.
Yeah, Morse code and stuff. But the major topic for this time is actually tabletop role-playing games.
Yes. Are they harmful for your children? More this broadcast.
Yeah. And secondary topics are, well, actually, funny enough, Netflix Marvel.
Yep.
Because here's the thing. Sort of 2 days or whatever it was after we released our last episode, I got the news that Netflix has not continued. They've chosen to not continue with the Luke Cage series.
Yeah.
So that means that both Iron Fist and Luke Cage is off the table.
Weirdly enough, 50% disappeared. Where does that sound familiar?
I hear the sound of a snap. Yeah.
So yeah.
And I feel it's kind of sad because I really wanted to see a continuation of the Luke Cage storyline.
Yeah, me too. It was just getting interesting, so to speak. But maybe they're just making room for, I mean, with both Iron Fist and Luke Cage discontinued, maybe they're just gonna do a Heroes for Hire, like, they're gonna have them both in the same series.
Yeah,
maybe.
you can hope for it.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Otherwise, maybe it's something to do with licensing.
Curse you, licensing thy name is Disney.
Yeah, because I think that it might be, in worst case, that Disney doesn't want to have any competitors on the streaming services. So they will pull their licenses to other providers and producers so they can make their own content for their own streaming service.
And people say Monopoly is just a game.
Exactly.
Fun.
But we did actually get the new Daredevil season. Season 3, and I've seen it all.
I haven't seen it. I mean, I am still on episode 9, but I'm gonna finish it soon enough.
Yeah.
So, as far as I have seen, none too shabby.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. And so we'll just give our spoiler-free thoughts on this.
Yeah. A spoiler-free thought.
as I said, I enjoyed it. I think it was a really good season. It brought back good things, like it was sort of like bringing back things from the first season and taking away the more boring stuff from the second season, and really focusing on the character development this time. What should I say more? I think that the storyline with the Kingpin was still strong.
Yeah, he is still a fantastic character.
Yeah, although this time I did not have as much sympathy for the character as I did in the first season.
No.
So, I mean, I think they actually really did a good job of portraying him as the real bad guy this time, instead of, well, as I believed for the first season, that he was more of a misunderstood person than actually a villain.
Well, that's good, because, well, he is a villain.
Yeah.
So...
And we have the secondary antagonist as well.
Yeah, we're gonna keep it a secret.
Yeah, secret. We'll do a real deep dive into Daredevil Season 3 at a later point, I think, when more people have had the opportunity to watch it all.
Yeah.
But I can say that I really did enjoy the secondary antagonists. It was a really interesting spin on the character.
Yeah.
And to be honest, it's really obvious who he is from the get-go, but
yeah,
I mean, I'm a nerd, so
yeah, and people need to see for themselves.
Yeah.
So,
but it's well worth a watch, and I think that if they continue on making the series, well, the Marvel series like this, we will see another great age of Marvel.
Absolutely. I certainly hope for that. It had some moments in this season with wokeness may occur, so to speak.
But it's mostly subtle. There's one scene that's really in your face, but, well, it's to be expected, to be honest. And that's sad.
Yeah, I agree. I sort of just shut off while those scenes happen, so... Like, alright, just get it over.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, and now we're back to our regular scheduled Marvel series. So, yeah.
But I think we can save the other stuff for a deeper dive at a later point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, role-playing games.
Yeah, our main topic for tonight. Role-playing games. Are they sexist?
Are they ableist?
Are they spawn of the devil? No, wait, that's...
that was the old...
that's the old excuse.
It's really interesting. I, myself, have been playing role-playing games since I was, 15. So, well over 15 years now.
Yeah.
Well, that tells something about me. but
nerd!
Yeah. Over 15 years of experience with tabletop role-playing games. The majority of the time I've been the game master. So, I mean, this is a hobby for me. I really love it.
Yeah.
And the things that I love about it is the escapism, the chance of being in this fantasy world, of actually doing fun stuff.
You foolish white cis nerd. You can't have escapism.
You white man!
So yeah, you can't have that. Silly person.
And this is the reason why I get really pissed.
Triggered, if you will.
Yeah, actually really triggered when the identity politics comes to destroy my hobby. Because that's what I think it is. They are trying to destroy it.
They're coming for our tabletop RPGs, people!
Yeah. Well, actually, they are come for it.
Yeah, they are. So.
And they are ruining it.
Yep.
The NPCs are ruining role-playing games.
Ironic, isn't it?
I know. The uprising of the NPCs. They're getting revenge for all the times that players have killed them.
Shit!
God damn it. But, I still enjoy role-playing games as a hobby. I do still play. I mean, we're playing from time to time.
Yeah, we're doing a lot of role-playing. So.
Yeah. and I want to continue on doing it because this is really something I enjoy doing.
Well, I think that's the general differences, because we can do it by ourselves, so we don't have to have these
Yeah,
howler monkeys
exactly.
dictating what we should do with our game.
exactly. And my problem with role playing games today isn't the games themselves, but the community, because the community way toxic.
Yeah.
And I mean that literally. It's toxic, but not in the
Gatekeeping kind of sense.
no, not in the progressive left sense, because the toxicity comes from the progressive people. These are the people that deems everything as phobic or ableist or problematic because it doesn't fit their worldview.
What is fitting their worldview, though?
I guess
Their worldview is like a jigsaw piece.
their worldview is pink, fluffy, full of puppies and trigger warnings.
Pink?
Yes.
How gender determinate? Pink?
Maybe it's baby blue.
I don't know. It's rainbow colored.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly it. It is.
It takes all colors to make a rainbow.
I mean,
except black.
I really don't want to take part in the community because I don't feel that I have a place in it. And not to say that I have to have a place in it, that I have to be welcome. It's more that I can go on a forum or a page dedicated to role-playing games without feeling that, oh shit, I don't want to be here. Because the ideas spewed there just repel me so much. Because you can't have any fun. You can't have any fun talking about, oh, these moments in role playing and these characters like this and that, because there will always be a hateful mob of people going after you, accusing you of being the worst, most horrible person ever because you don't fit into their line of thinking. So I've seen a whole lot of people getting flack because, oh, you're just doing this because you're sexist. Oh, how can you have this character because that's racist? Oh, how can you do this because that's ableist or phobic of any kind?
That goddamn vocal minority.
Yeah. And also, now this is actually old news within the sphere, but
yeah,
the maker of Pathfinder, Paizo, they're working on their second edition of Pathfinder, and there's supposed to be some sort of intro text telling you how to run your game. Because in there, they write that role-playing, or Pathfinder in this case, is supposed to be an open and welcoming thing that all people should feel that they have a right to be in. And I get so fucking mad because no one ever should tell me how to run my game or how I'm supposed to lead the game. My group, my game, fuck off. Yeah. If you don't like it, you don't have to be here. I'm not forcing anyone, and you're not supposed to force your way in either. You don't like it? Get the fuck out of here.
Here.
I mean, I have no obligation to make people feel welcome. I have no obligation to be sensitive of triggering because someone might be triggered. Sure, if I actually talk to my players and I know that, well, there are some people that might be triggered by spiders. I actually were throwing spiders. But I mean, sure, it's not that you should make people feel uncomfortable just because. But the part of being in a role-playing game is to experience stuff that you might not otherwise experience. But this experience it's in your head. It's not real. It's a fucking game. It's make-believe. And if something that is make-believe make you feel so goddamn triggered that you have a panic attack, then maybe you shouldn't be in that game playing.
Maybe you just should be locked in a very cozy cell with a nice hug sweater.
Well, you should get help.
Yeah, I mean, but these people that does this, clearly they don't have any conception of what's real and what's fantasy. No. These people are mentally ill.
Yeah, more or less.
I'm
I mean,
saying
if
this
they
right now.
can't really see a difference in reality and fiction.
I mean, when you say that virtual rape are as bad as real life rape,
You have a problem.
scum.
Yeah, and also you can't play or you can't have a concept of a character that is racist because that will be harmful. Which means that you can have a dwarf being angry at elves.
Son of a bitch.
What the hell is this?
I say we should rise up, our short brethren. Dwarf power.
Yeah, and I mean, in that case, why do the heroes of Lord of the Rings fight against the orcs? That's racist.
I mean, the orcs come from Mordor, which lies southeast of all of Middle Earth. Oh no.
It's not like they want to destroy everything. No, they just misunderstood.
It's their culture, it's within their rights. They just don't understand better.
Exactly.
They're noble savages.
Yeah. God, we're gonna get so much flack for this.
Good.
Hashtag Orc Lives Matter. I'm kidding. God.
Green lives matter.
But I do vote for the dwarven pride to rise up.
Yeah. Dwarf pride. I agree. Oh, getting so many ideas for sessions right now.
Yeah, I know. But also talking about racism and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There was this case of some stupid person called Dice Dog that wrote a piece about the new Vampire Masquerade and making a whole thing of calling it white supremacist and racist and all. And I'm like, how could you ever come to that conclusion? There is nothing in those games that actually say that this is what they want. There is no support whatsoever in the World of Darkness that say, oh, having one pure race is a good thing. No, fuck off. If there is something in the game that, like, you have a skinhead character, an antagonist, or even if you play this is make-believe in a game and it's not real.
But reality and fiction is real.
Yeah, White Wolf did nothing wrong. And also, here's the thing. This person took down the piece. He pulled down his site. He removed all of his stuff from the net because White Wolf, they were gonna sue him out of oblivion. Justice. So yeah.
Good. Yeah.
I'm just getting so goddamn worked up over this because of the simple fact that no one has a right to tell you how to run your game.
Nah, it's so personal.
Yeah. And also, whoever gets the idea that everyone should be welcome to your game really doesn't understand the concept of group dynamics.
No.
Because that is the A and O, alpha and omega of role-playing, to have good group dynamics.
Yeah, you don't want a piece of shit, just a random piece of shit in your party.
No.
I mean, that is so gonna ruin the session.
No, either if it's a bad player because of what it's doing in-game, or a bad person because of what it's doing out of game. It's whenever it comes to groups, there has to be some kind of consensus amongst all. An acceptance of everyone to agree or agree to disagree. I mean, there has to be some kind of mutual respect, mutual liking. If you have people that doesn't really work together, that doesn't function in a group, you can't really do a group activity with them.
No.
Because even if you can get the game going, you're still gonna have the element of annoyance and stuff like this, and it's just gonna rub off on the game itself. So I mean, I've had new players come into the group, and everybody's giving them a chance to be part of it, because it's not like we're in this closed off group that doesn't want any new people.
A group of neckbeards and a lady comes in.
Yeah, exactly. No, of course we want new players. I mean, you want to expand your group to have more perspectives, and I mean,
more story.
Exactly.
It's so valuable.
So it's
So
like
important.
people are social beings.
Hmm?
And of course, we want to expand our social network if we can find people that works along with us or the people in the group.
Yeah.
And when it comes to having new players or players that you've known for a while but doesn't work in the group, you can run a game.
Yeah.
As I said, I've had this problem with players ruining games because they don't work in the group. For instance, I had this guy that no matter what, he did not want to go with the group, and how should I say this? This was actually in the beginning of the adventure. He made a character that was some sort of scout-ish person.
Rogue.
No, not really. More like a ranger type.
Yeah. Alright.
Well, it wasn't Dungeons and Dragons, so there wasn't really a class.
No.
But this person, he did not want to go with the group to stay inside the town for the night.
Oh, I think I know which game you're talking about.
Yeah. And in the end, the whole plan of the adventure was to have the players in town within the city walls, because during night a army of undead would attack. But since this guy didn't want to be with the other players, he made his choice to put up his tent in the woods by the side of the town. So, well,
Outside
I had
the
to
city
improvise.
walls? Outside the city walls?
Of course.
Yeah.
So I had to improvise, and he was attacked by the undead. And when I said, well, I actually gave him a fair chance, saying that you hear some scuffling outside of your tent. And his first reaction was, well, I hide in the back of the tent. Sure, why not? So I gave him a second chance. There's a sword going through the tent, just missing you. I stay still. God damn it. Roll the dice. He was hit.
Roll initiative, bitch.
Yeah, well, he was poked by a sword. Really bad. Well, it was a deeper damage made, so I think he actually got a liver damage or something. At this point, he actually decides to run out. He noticed that he and his tent is surrounded by undead, so he climbs up a tree. I mean, what can you do? It's not like he could run to the city or something, but
nah, he's a lone wolf.
Yeah. Anyways, the players in town, when they get alerted about all the undead, they go up to the walls. They look out. They see this ocean of undead just coming at the city. One of the players, he was a mage, throwing fireballs.
Oh no!
So he throws a fireball and actually more or less ignites all of the undead. Not killing them, just making them burn.
So now you have an ocean of burning undead around the city.
So these undead, well, the fire spreads among the undead and goes into the undead within the forest. So the forest is on fire. And the player who sits in a tree with an internal damage, well, in the end, he's burned to a crisp. But here's the thing: the person, he sits in my couch hyperventilating, and everyone in the group were like, what the hell? Are you okay, dude? Are you feeling alright? My character is dying. And he's like, just throwing up a shitstorm because of this. And everyone's like, okay, we get it. It's your character, but geez, chill, dude.
So the game.
Yeah, it's not real. It's not like you're dying or something.
That hyperventilating? I think he was.
Yeah. So, well, after this incident, I actually had some players come to me and say, do you really need to have this guy in the group? I mean, it doesn't really work. But me, I'm like, well, he's a good guy. Come on, let's give him another chance. Yeah. So we did. And I'll come back to that one later because it's going to come into the package of another thing that I want to talk about when it comes to role-playing games. Namely, the concept of the murder hobo.
Oh yes, good stuff. Good stuff indeed.
Now, here's an important point to make. I have not really played much Dungeons and Dragons more than I have when it comes to Neverwinter Nights. That is actually the closest I've ever been to really play a Dungeons and Dragons game.
Yeah, it's same for me.
Because here's the thing. In Sweden, Dungeons and Dragons isn't really that big of a thing. Because we have a lot of, well,
we have our own stuff.
Native games, so to say. We have our version, sort of Dungeons and Dragons called Drakar och Demoner.
Which is dragons and demons in English.
In translation.
Yeah.
And it's a D20 system, but instead of getting a 20, you want to get a 1. Now think about that.
That's gonna...
That's gonna throw some people off. Oh, the bad puns.
You're gonna die real fast.
Don't even think about it.
Oh. Don't look at me like that.
Yeah.
You were throwing puns first. Anyways.
Here's also, when it comes to Swedish games, which I play mostly, except for the new World of Darkness, which I've been playing a whole lot as well. But we have a game called Eon, a fantasy game which sort of relies on realism in a lot of stuff. Well, you do have the classical fantasy elements like other races and magic and stuff, but it's really tries to emulate reality in a sort of way, which also has been the critique of this game, because a lot of people think that there's too many rules. But here's the thing, you don't need to have all the rules. Just take the one you like, and then...
They're more like guidelines than rules.
Exactly. And we have Mutant.
Oh, yes.
And what do we have more? Well, we do have a lot of stuff, but...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that's the thing, that's the reason why I haven't really played Dungeons & Dragons.
Yeah, I mean, the same. And to be fair, I have just find us fun with these Swedish and other games than Dungeons & Dragons. I mean, still understand the rules of D&D and all that, but yeah, I mean, most of our little adventures have been on
other systems.
I mean, we have played on our little bit of a homemade.
Yeah.
Homemade. I mean, you have a.
I have my steampunk / 1920 plus system setting.
Yep. And I have my superhero setting, so to speak. So yeah,
we do our own thing.
Yeah,
but
works.
The main point of this is that the games that we've been playing doesn't have classes like Dungeons and Dragons have. So when you're talking about the murder hobo, I talk about murder hobos as a concept more than a class. So for me, when someone say murder hobo, these are the overpowered slaughter machine players that go around and just wreak total havoc.
Yeah. I mean, I have... I think as well. Sometimes they are not just overpowered. I mean, sometimes they are just those sociopathical douchebags. They don't have to be douchebags, but sociopathical people that's just, all right, you come into town. What do? I murder that woman. What?
Yeah. I kill that child. I kill that man. Why? Because of fun. That's why.
I mean, you're free to do that, but
there will be consequences.
There will be consequences!
In a game of Mutant I was running, I had 2 players that were playing robots, or androids, more or less. They had a modified personality chip implanted in them, which... Oh, no. Well, in the standard version of the concept... Or rather, like this. A robot doesn't understand human feelings or human reasoning. Because, well, robots are beings of logic.
They're robots.
Yeah. But you can have, well, let's say feats. That is the modified personality feat, which emulates human feelings and emotions and reactions. There are 2 sorts of these, the A and the B. These characters have the B variant, which actually removes all blocks and just makes it the robot able to do whatever. more or
dear.
less making them psychopaths.
Oh joy.
Yeah. So these two actually make a thing of killing a lot of people just because of fun. Like, for instance, taking the arm of an old lady and beating 2 other people to death with it.
Oh Christ.
Yeah. It was a really fucked up session. But to be honest, I maybe let it go a bit too far. But in my mind, it was like, okay, if you want to do this, I will let you do this, but there will be consequences.
Yeah.
And in the end, one of them actually got thrown in a what is it called? Garbage compressor.
Oh, like a car metal.
Yeah, exactly. He was crushed because he tried to kill a person in the middle of the town by, well, actually charging at it with some ram's horn or whatever it was. It failed.
Fuck.
The person ran into a crowded area and yelled, "Help! Help! It's trying to kill me!" And then a mob formed. Then they threw it in this compressor, and well, he was scrap metal after that.
Yeah.
I saw it as sort of a victory. So this is the concept of the murder hobo.
Yeah, and all that can play into the old Nuremberg excuse that it's what my character would do.
Yeah, I hate that excuse.
I mean, it's the equivalent of you sitting in Nuremberg trial and I was just following orders.
Yeah. But then again, sure, if you actually have a character concept that is, I kill everyone I see, that is your character.
Yeah.
But
it
I
will
don't
be
like
frowned
those
upon.
characters. It is frowned upon.
So, I am divided there. I mean, in a sense, like you said, I can also accept that it's what my character would do. It's a valid excuse because you're playing a character.
Yeah.
Character plays you, and you play the character.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a bit of a balance there.
Yeah.
But I suppose that's what's fun with tabletop RPG.
Yeah.
There isn't a straight, coherent storyline. You can just do whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, alright, it will derail a story a bit, and it will...
You make a living hell for the GM.
Yeah. But if the GM is kind of like, alright, guys, players, let's see where this is going.
Yeah.
And just sit back. That could be so much fun. And
exactly.
this is just the opposite of what these professional nerds are up to. Like, they're trying...
They just want to railroad it
Yeah.
to be this, you must fit in our progressive agenda sort of thing.
This grey rainbow mass of bleh. Bleh!
Yeah,
I say.
exactly.
So, these so-called professional nerds. The nerds that are in the business.
Yeah.
In the RPG... tabletop RPG business. I have been in the business for long, and I have seen sexism, and I no.
Yeah.
You don't represent us.
Exactly. And these people, they don't really understand what it is to play, really, in my opinion.
No.
It's like the writer or whatever he is for Dungeons and Dragons that said that women don't play Dungeons and Dragons because there's too much rules and lore.
What a tosser.
Yeah, I just really don't understand this person. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
And I mean,
what do you mean that women don't play because it's too much rules and too much lore? How does that even factor into anything? It's like saying, "Oh, I can drive this car because it's too much of a hassle with the gears."
I mean, it's Americans we talk about, but I see your point. But but these people just lump all together like those over there, women.
Yeah.
So they're just the collective women.
They only look at demographics.
Yeah. So, and it, in a sense, I can see somewhere, if I flip the argument around all that, I can see where he's trying to go. Normal.
Oh,
but no. Non-nerd women
might have a problem with it.
If you like sit
Actually, I would say normies all over. It doesn't have to be women. I mean, I know a lot of guys that look at role-playing games going, what the fuck is this? And they think that, well, it's too much rules, it's too much lore. It doesn't have to be a female thing.
No.
That is my point with all of this. I think it's just retarded to say that. Can I even use retarded? I'm gonna use retarded. Retarded! It's retarded to say that women won't play because there's too much rules and too much lore. It's just stupid to say that.
Yeah.
If someone doesn't want to play, it's not because of their women or men, it's because of individuals.
Yeah.
That's...
And it does not play in with this ancient sexist GM.
Yeah.
Like these neckbeards and like, is there
Yeah,
a woman at the table? The orc is trying to rape you.
Yeah. I'll give them
Anecdotes.
that there are a lot of creeps in the hobby.
Goddamn
Sure.
insults.
But I mean, tell me one hobby or thing where there are no creeps.
I mean, Magic the Gathering community is full of pedophiles, apparently, so, Alright! Oh, shots fired.
Oh no! A duck! I mean, sure, there are problems. I will give them that.
There are bad eggs in everything.
Yeah, but it's not the whole hobby.
Does not represent us.
No, it's not everyone. It's not all groups are not that.
Hashtag not everyone.
Hashtag not all players.
Oh my.
I mean, sure that there are problematic people and everything, but just to say that everyone is like this makes me a bit pissed.
Yeah. But that's their thing, the lumping people together. It's easier for their little collective minds.
Well, it doesn't work for the narrative otherwise.
Yeah. It doesn't work with their programming, you mean?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah. Having more fun stories about game sessions.
Well, actually, if we're going to go back to the murder hobo thingy, and to tie with the gotta fit in the group segment,
oh dear,
is like this. The second time we have this guy, the hyperventilating guy in the couch.
The hyperventilating burning ranger, yes.
Yeah, exactly. The second time he actually was part of playing, he jumped in I think I've been doing 1 or 2 adventures before with the other players. So I let him join as he wanted to play a thief. And to make him, well, on par with the other players, I gave him a special item. Yeah, a sort of a marble or small thingy that produced a flash, so he could blind people.
Sort of like a little bit of pocket sand thing.
Yeah, sort of, but he just held it up and it flashed, and the people will be blinded for a second or two.
Noob.
But here's the thing. The group came into a town. I don't remember what it was called or something. And at that instance, the new guy, he split of the group.
Party splitting, not even once, people.
Yeah. He just ran off. He wanted to do his own thing. He didn't want to be part of the group. But the other players, they went looking for a tavern, a place to stay, have a drink and all. And after looking for a little while, they found this really run down, really bad
Seedy
place. Yeah. And in the middle of the main room, there was a small pen with a big pig.
Oh dear.
Yeah. And the host of the place was really rude, and just whenever they wanted something, he was like, gave them like watered down beer and stuff. So one of the players was like, I hate this place. Fuck this place. So they actually killed the pig. Yeah. And this really turned into the murder hobo theme. So they killed the pig and ran away, thinking that, haha, we've had our revenge. But I did not have to punish them at all.
Oh?
Yeah, because here's the thing. Everything they did after killing that pig, for some reason, all of their die throws were crap. All of them. Whatever they tried to do, they either failed or fumbled.
It's like a curse.
Yeah, it was the curse of the pig. So the adventure ends with all of the players gathered at another tavern. The new guy thief has he actually called upon the city guard or something like that. And in the final confrontation, all the players were surrounded by the city guard, And the thief, he pulls out his flash marble, blinds everyone, goes under the table, crawls out and escapes, while the other players goes like, "Oh, we can fight our way out," and gets cured by spears.
Asshole!
All of them died except for the thief.
Asshole!
Yeah, and when it and when the other ones found out that this guy had actually called the city guard on them, they were not happy campers. They lost their characters because this player wanted to do his own thing and steal all the loot for himself.
You fucking donkey!
And whenever they tried to talk about it, the new guy was like, "Well, it was my character." There was no understanding, no compromise or anything. It was just like, well, that was what my character was gonna do. And at this point, I'm kind of...
In this case, that excuse is not acceptable.
No, because, again, it's about group dynamic.
Yeah.
So you have the murder hobo thing. They actually got their own punishment. This also turned... With all the failed throws and all, that is why they all got killed, because they fumbled on their throws. I think one guy actually stumbled and fell upon a guard's spear, so...
Yeah.
And then the group dynamic. Well, the group was split because this guy, he did not want to play along.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. So, suffice to say, he did not get another invite.
Ever.
No, because he really pissed everyone off, and just because he didn't want to compromise, he didn't want to go like, okay, sure, I'll actually work with the group. Because he didn't do this, he just wanted to say, no, I'm gonna do this because this is my character, this is what I want to do. Yeah, he ruined the fun for everyone.
Yeah, and that is a lot what players fail to realize, that you are a party for a reason.
Yeah.
You are not just strangers walking by each other. Like, you are a group, you are a party, even in game.
Yeah, you need to cooperate to make things work. Otherwise, what's the whole point of being a group?
None.
Of playing a game designed for multiple participants.
Yeah. Jesus. Oh, I thought about a little moment in our other sessions with a harmless form of murder hoboing. I mean, the year was 1944, I think. We were infiltrating a fortress from the Nazis.
All right.
And we were in this village and interrogating 2 German guards.
Yeah, 2 German soldiers.
And one of our group members just decided to cut the other one's throat.
Yeah. He took one guard, pulled a knife, and stuck it in his throat to scare the other guard to start talking. Have you ever heard about the Geneva Conventions?
No.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember how shocked everyone was when he did this. Just out of the blue, pulled his knife, put it in the throat of the German guard, and all of you others looked at him with horror. Like, what the fuck did you just do?
You're out of line, soldier!
Hey, you was asking for it.
Yeah, that was his excuse, right?
Yeah, defiance under interrogation. Thus justifying
insubordination!
Actually, it was. Your group commander said, okay, capture them alive for interrogation. He kills it. It's like...
Dude!
Oh, it was awesome.
And then we found out there were zombies in the village and happened to burn it down.
Happened.
Yeah, it was my... Was it my dear girlfriend that did that?
Yeah, but it wasn't a mishap.
Nope. She did it on purpose.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Oh my god.
Well, they were zombies, so I guess,
yeah.
What to do?
Yeah. But in the category of what our character would do when it comes with the character, I remember my character, my good old dwarf in Eon. who had this Thorbjorn half forehead, eller Torbjörn halvpanna. He got a sword in his forehead and died and got resurrected. Long story.
Yeah.
Well, in the same adventure, in the same campaign with the burning undead crusade.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna add, this character had a trope. He had very much aggressivity.
He had a problem with anger.
Yeah, anger issue.
And he was a dwarf.
Yeah, a strong dwarf, I might add.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a dwarf that, in a hand-to-hand melee, walk up to a big ass orc on steroids,
Yeah.
a hairy big orc. Decide the half through that I can't beat this fucker
with fisticuffs at
in
least.
fisticuffs. So this dwarf climbs onto the said orc, hugs him, doesn't let go.
Grappling and crush.
He push.
Well, yeah.
Squeeze. It ended with the dwarf collapsing that orc's lung and killing him by hugging him to death. Now let that sink in, people.
I'm just amazed that he actually managed to get his arms around the chest of that beast.
Yeah, me too. But
well, it worked.
Yeah, it worked. But said dwarf had this anger issue, so he had to roll a die every time to make sure he didn't...
Well, snap.
Yeah.
To remain composed.
Yeah. So, we're gonna escape from a library, I think.
Yeah.
With the undead outside the gates, we had found a escape route.
Mm-hmm.
A librarian was down there and trying to maintain some
sort of dignity.
Yep, and give
not
us some
panic.
Yeah, and give us some information. The dwarf ended up being quite angry for some reason at this said librarian, and basically pummeled him.
Yeah.
Unconscious. And then we left, leaving him to die.
Yeah, because
for what we know.
Because the burning undead army breached the city gates because, well, fire.
Yeah, we managed to light them on fire in this session also.
Yeah, exactly. You go into the town, well, start a fire inside the town, and yeah, it got messy.
Yeah,
but it was fun.
Yeah, but that is in the category, it's what my character would do. That is actually what my character must do.
Well, you did fail the roll to keep composed, and this librarian was having a panic attack.
And it got the dwarf very angry, so...
Yeah, so the dwarf knocks him out, but then you just leave him.
We took his book about this problem and just left.
You are horrible people.
I know. Right, so that was a little bit of anecdotal.
Yeah, well, we were all over here.
Well, you can see that this subject really lies us warm to the heart.
Yeah, ligger oss nära om hjärtat.
So yeah.
Yeah, well, a bit messy when it comes to the subject. We were all over the place, but I'm really not sure how else to
and we haven't even talked about the captain that fucked the door.
Yeah. Well, speaking of fucking doors, I actually posted that story on Reddit, and I think I got a lot of downvotes because of it.
How dare they?
Yeah, I know. It's, well, we were talking about, well, the subject of the Reddit thread was fucked up situation in your game. And I guess people did not find it funny or whatever. Yeah.
Okay, I think we just gonna need to tell this story. This is gonna be a long one, not anyway, so we might as well.
We might as well.
So, backstory. This is your steampunk adventure. Yeah. I am playing a captain of a ship, a airship. So I am an airship captain. This captain is
special.
Very special. Well, to say it like this, you can't spell dishonorable discharge without honorable.
Yeah, exactly.
So let that, with that in mind. So the ship has landed, crashed.
Yeah, no, you
Landed.
landed by a lone island out in the middle of nowhere.
All right. And this island had a bit of a temple door, or like a big flat rock door in the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Captain, my captain, goes up to the door and start inspecting it.
Actually, it was more like this. There was a big wall, flat wall with a lot of holes in it.
All right, yeah,
and you roll a throw to investigate this to see what it is. And the answer to it all was that this was actually star constellations.
Yes.
But since you fumbled that roll, you, in sheer
disbelief
and maybe sort of annoyance, calls out, "How the hell do you fumble investigation? What do I do? Fuck it!" And since there were a lot of holes, I go like, "Yes, that's exactly what you do."
So the captain basically
he looks at the walls and thinks like, "Ooh, this is a nice wall." Drops pants and finds a fitting hole. All this while the other people of the group is doing their own part of investigating this wall.
And just trying to ignore the humping captain.
Yeah.
The little respect they had for this captain suddenly gone.
Exactly. This is actually part of the whole not taking the game too seriously.
Yeah. Go with the flow of it.
Yeah, I mean, I never intended for this to be the real happening, but since it became a thing within the group, it actually became what happened.
Yeah.
It's like everyone looked at the captain in disgust as the characters.
Yeah.
But the players were laughing because the situation was just so goddamn weird.
So absurd.
And once again, this is about group dynamics. People know that they shouldn't take it all that serious.
It's only a game.
Yeah,
it's a
and they can
story.
make a difference because they know what's in game and what is not in game.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah.
Oh dear.
Good times, good stories.
We've done a lot of stupid things in role-playing games. We've done a lot of funny and serious things in role-playing games as well.
Absolutely.
And this is actually the essence of it, in my opinion, that you can have these experiences and happenings that will shift a bit between the comedical things, the weird stuff, the stupid stuff, and more serious topics, and actually having real feels for things.
I mean, if it's a good story, you're gonna get invested in.
Yeah, you're gonna really feel it and feel like you're really in the story and the happening.
You're feeling the sorrow, you're feeling the humor, you're feeling the horror.
Yeah.
That's, I mean...
yeah, being chased by a big monster trying to eat your head or face or what, all of you.
Generally killing. Or seeing a horned thing in the woods.
Yeah, that was eerie as fuck.
Quite.
But also knowing that the happenings in the game is in the game and not outside of it.
I'm not really raping you.
Exactly.
I'm just virtually raping you.
I wouldn't even rape you.
How dare.
I know. But we've been going for a bit now, so maybe it's time to...
On that high note, I mean, we're almost up in 1 hour, so maybe we should...
High note. Let's call it a high note.
Or low watermark, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, well, I think we actually dug ourselves in the hole here. But, closing words. I love role-playing games. I want to continue playing, but I dread the community.
Yeah.
I want to go back to the let's play a game to have fun instead of let's play a game to spread ideology.
Yeah. The NPC must be destroyed.
The NPC must be curbed.
Yep.
And put in its place.
Curb stomped?
If you want to.
Oh, okay. I'm curbed. I'm...
GMs unite!
Unite! Yeah, but
so,
closing words?
Closing words. phone booth.
Yeah, that's a good word. But
That-
what about Carthage?
Carthage should be burned and destroyed. Salt the earth.
And with that,
Thank you.
thank you very much.
Thank you for listening. Hope you've enjoyed our silly ramblings. You can follow us on Twitter if you want to.
Yeah, on a Google Plus.
Exactly.
Kidding.
Our handle on Twitter is at DRH Podcast. One word. I think you'll find it quite obvious.
Yeah, for a little bit of a daily shit posting.
Yeah, and stuff like that.
So,
Not for the easily triggered or offended.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So, bye, people.
Have a good one, my fellow NPCs.
Triggered.
Bye.